All right, hey geeks, we have returned from our viewing of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Um, we were both pretty happy with it. I'll
Yeah,
be honest with you, I don't understand
where the hatred is coming
where the,
from.
the massive amount of vitriol from critics is coming from.
Yeah.
Was it a perfect movie? No. Was it Batman and Robin? No. So the fact that it's hovering around 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, I feel like everybody's kind of just jumping on a bandwagon of let's hate on this because it's not a Marvel movie. You know,
A little bit.
and it's a Zack Snyder movie because Zack Snyder movies never seem to do real well with critics. You know what I mean?
They're dark.
They're too dark. Last I checked, it's The Dark Knight, by the way.
There's dark.
Thank goodness it wasn't the campiness of 1966 Adam West.
Oh god.
Not that I don't love 66 Batman. I watch it. It's
Big
fun.
Yes.
But, you know, it just it feels like it's a trend or it's not a Marvel movie and it's a Zack Snyder movie. So let's freaking rip on it. Let's tear it to shreds.
Let's bandwagon it.
Yeah, let's all bandwagon together and rip on this movie. And I don't I guess I struggle with that because the fact, I mean, 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
34.
Okay, it's gone up a little bit. So there are some people that are not just jumping on the bandwagon. Because it was at 38 and then it went down to 30 and now it's back up to 34.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this as spoiler-free as possible. Because it's honestly really difficult. It's going to be really difficult to do this spoiler-free because there's so much that happened. But Sean, what's a couple of spoiler-free things? You know, try to be as vague as possible. There are a couple things about the movie I know you were nitpicking about, and maybe not
Yeah.
nitpick's the right word, but there was things you were thinking that you didn't care
Some
for.
of the things that we had talked about, as far as concerns that people had, I felt when I actually saw the movie. I love the movie, by the way. I don't have hatred for it. I think it was fantastic. There are a few things that really irked me. One of which, and I won't give specifics, but during the movie, there's a point. There's actually 2 points where Warner alludes to future movies they're going to make by showing you other characters from the universe.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not for those people about to jump up and be like, "Oh, well, they do that in Marvel movies too." I understand that.
And that was what my argument was to
Yes.
you in the car is that.
But in Marvel movies,
yeah,
it's always done very subtly, and it's
Yeah.
done in a way that
Yeah.
honestly only a lot of times fans catch on, and then it's almost like an Easter egg, if that makes sense.
yeah, and I agree with you on that.
And so
that's
this
what
was-
we talked about. It was real.
This was real blatant
it
in
was
your
really in your
face. There's
face,
some
yeah.
stuff showing on a computer. They show characters and code names, and then they actually show video of these. And
Yeah.
one of them happens to be a well-known, really anticipated upcoming upcoming Warner Brothers movie. And they just lingered on it for like 3 minutes, and before anything actually happened, because they really wanted to make sure you saw who was going to be in this movie,
Yeah.
who this character was going to be. And I'm like, that's cheesy. Yeah, it's my
His Batman pin.
BVS pin, BVS WW pin.
Oh, yeah.
So, but other than that, my only other gripe was I'm a huge fan of real action.
Yeah,
and I'm
practical
a huge
effects.
fan of practical
Guy
effects.
loves Mad Max.
And there's just some things with the Batmobile in this one. It didn't feel as well choreographed. It felt like they replaced choreography and good chase design with special effects and CGI. And so some really cool things that could have been done with the Batmobile with like really good racing. It seemed like their focus was on other stuff. And I understand that. Just don't put the scene in. But don't make it extra bendy, warpy, CGI for the purpose of, look what cool things we can do so we can make it excessive and over the top because we couldn't do this with a physical car. And that kind of bothered me. Other than that, oh my god, the ass-kicking scene that Batman delivers, and this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer, was everything I expected it to be and more. There was actually stuff that you don't
Batman. Okay.
the building invasion scene where he comes up from the second floor.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. And here's the deal. I also love the movie. Do I think it's like a 94? Was it as good as Deadpool? No. But Deadpool's a completely different type superhero
Exactly.
movie. This one was definitely dark. It was not light. And even when they tried to do a couple of little jokes here or there,
Yeah.
tried to have Lawrence Fishburne maybe be the comic relief a couple times.
They were very dry.
It was dry.
Yeah.
It was like
humor-y.
it was a Tommy Lee Jones brand of comedy.
There we go. Yes.
You know, like when he's in Men in Black and he just says something extremely deadpan and it's supposed to elicit a little.
And he thinks it's
or a
funny,
chuckle,
but everyone else is like, "Is he serious?"
So the jokes, even when they tried to slip, and you could probably count the jokes. You probably have enough fingers to count the jokes in the movie,
and that's okay.
and that's fine because that's not what the movie was trying to be.
Yeah.
There was no Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, individual in this movie. There were a couple things that bugged me as well. My big thing, and it's probably my biggest thing.
Oh yeah.
Is Batman abhors the use of guns.
Yeah.
And in one particular scene, he uses them for a purpose that I understand. And then in another grouping, I don't. It felt unnecessary. It felt like Batman. And maybe it's because he's an older Batman. He's a little more grizzled. He's been around the block a few times. He's a little more willing to shed blood. I'd say Batman did rack up a pretty decent body count in this movie,
Yes,
and if individuals didn't die, they were at least burned or maimed
Badly.
badly. They were in the burn ward when it was all said and done. So that really bothered me because outside of the use of the weaponry, it's probably the best Batman I've seen on the screen.
Yeah, it's a really good
I mean, not counting animated series Batman. To me, that's my Batman. Batman the Animated Series. Kevin Conroy is actually Batman. I thought the use of the voice modulator was brilliant. So we didn't have to have a fake Batfleck. Where's the trigger? We didn't have to have anything like that.
Where is he?
Yeah, we didn't have to have any of that. He was able to talk in a normal cadence, and it sounded cool. It made perfect sense, and it's interesting because it's something that when they first started talking about making this movie, that's something that Kevin Smith brought up. Kevin Smith of Mallrats, writing for Batman, writing for Daredevil.
The
Kevin Smith. At that Kevin Smith at Twitter. He brought up how they should just use a voice modulator, like on Arrow. And which is what they did, and bam, it's in the movie. I'm not saying they took the idea from Kevin Smith. They may have already had the idea, but it was just interesting that he had the idea. I thought, things I liked about the movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. There's going to be I hope there's a lot of people choking down giant plates full of crow over Ben Affleck as Batman, because holy cow, did that guy get raked over the coals when he got announced as Batman.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he took an internet butt whooping.
I think we were a bit skeptical.
You were.
I was. Let me rephrase. I know I was.
I was all kinds of ready for Batfleck.
When we first found out, I was like, I don't know. And that's just because I was a huge fan of what Christian Bale did for the character. But
I was a huge fan of Christian Bale in Batman Begins, and I felt like it just got progressively worse as it went.
I still liked him as Wayne and as the character.
He did
I
a
think
good
the
job as
movies
Wayne,
weren't as good after Begins, but
Dark Knight's good.
Dark Knight's exceptional. Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. It fell off the rails a little bit.
But no,
but that probably had a lot to do
amazing.
with Ledger passing away.
Yeah,
but,
Batfleck was truly amazing.
Yeah, Batfleck was awesome.
I loved him as Bruce Wayne. I see him. He does a great job of playing a very dignified, older Bruce Wayne, who, and like you mentioned, he's a little more grizzled.
Yeah.
He's not the idealistic Bruce Wayne. He's the realistic Bruce Wayne, and I like that.
And that's the conversation I remember us having. I was like, look, anybody, and internet, don't get mad at me. Anybody can play Batman. You just put on the cowl, you growl a little bit, you beat the crap out of somebody.
Yeah.
What the real acting is playing the Bruce Wayne part believably. And if you don't think Ben Affleck can play a rich playboy suave dude, I mean, that's who Ben Affleck is as a human being.
Right.
So I felt like his Bruce Wayne was a darker version of Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And I thought it played real well. I loved Gal Gadot.
I just say Gadot.
Gal
Gadot.
I think
she was fantastic.
I think it got me really excited for the Wonder Woman movie. I was already excited for it.
Yeah.
But
seeing this only solidified
Yeah. Oh,
that.
she was awesome.
Like, I
She was
anticipated her being good.
Yeah.
And I was honestly worried, and I know in trailers they tease, and so you just get a snippet, but I was honestly worried she would be more of a bit part, and her part would be, as a matter of fact, I think we both have actually seen some stuff that said that she kind of felt like she was just added on, like she was kind of tacked in there, like as a bit
and
part.
I completely disagree with that.
I know. I think she was.
Yeah.
I think she was essential to some of the storyline they were telling, and I think her role was exceptional.
Absolutely. I think
she
it was
does
pivotal.
She's so like she carries herself so well.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is you know what, take this for it doesn't spoil the movie, but I really liked this scene, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. There's a scene where Doomsday just basically backhands her across the battlefield, and she just kind of leans up and gets this smirk on her face, like
of joy.
joy, because she hadn't been in battle in so long.
Yeah.
And she just had this pure joy on her face that she gets to go beat on this monstrosity.
The look on her face, I think I told you,
Yeah.
is I couldn't tell if she was actually aroused or if she was excited. Like
Yeah.
but the look was great, and that whole scene was really well done. And that brings me to one of my other favorite things about the movie is they did a great job with Doomsday. I was really afraid they were going to jack that up and mess his character up, and it could be easy to do. But small little tidbits from the comic books, like him adapting to the damage he takes and him taking on deformities, his body is literally a map of the damage he takes.
The Doomsday you saw in the trailer is not necessarily the final Doomsday.
Correct.
That we see in battle.
Yes.
So there's good to it. It gets better.
Jury's still out on the laser eyes, but it's all good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
So
that I'm actually going to have to dig into because it's been a while since I've read anything with Doomsday in it. And then something that I started out hating, but grew to like throughout the movie was Jesse Eisenberg's performance as Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
He was really scattered, and you almost thought he had like Tourette's or something. As he was going. He had like a
sketchy, neurotic.
He had tics.
Yeah,
just kind of.
And the tics. Yeah, they kind of put me off a little bit at first. I wasn't sure,
but I saw. By the time you get to the end of the movie, you see. You get at least a semblance of understanding as to why it was like that.
Yes.
And I appreciate the fact that Eisenberg made a choice.
Yeah.
And played that choice and played it all the way through.
Yeah.
And he chewed on the scenery.
Oh yeah,
he
absolutely.
did. I mean, it wasn't Nicolas Cage levels of chewing, but there was definitely some scenery chewing going on.
Yeah.
What else did you like or dislike about the movie? Anything that
I think it was very much what I expected from a Zack Snyder movie. The lighting was good, the color was good. I think it was just incredibly well filmed.
What color there was?
Well, yeah, but keep in mind, I think it fit good with the tone. I think the nice thing about it is he didn't try to go out of his box. He didn't try to do something that didn't fit so that he could mix it up.
Yeah.
He stuck to what the storyline was, where it was going. Yeah. And I think that was important. Mm-hmm. Being the first here, for DC. They needed to make a strong appearance.
Well, second.
Well,
technically.
Yeah. So, first real movie of relevance.
You know what? I like Man of Steel.
So
y'all hate on me all you want. It's probably because it's probably my DC fanboy showing. I love DC. It's, I prefer DC to Marvel. Enough.
So they did a good showing. Yeah. They brought up these characters. They made them very powerful people. Uh-huh. They established both, the antagonism there between them, and then the camaraderie. Yeah. This isn't going to spoil anything. This is all stuff you see in the trailers. We fight first, and then we fight together. Yeah. So all in all, I think it was an incredibly well done movie. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I honestly am with you. I don't see where all the hatred is coming from. Yeah. The vitriol's coming from somewhere, but oh well. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It's going to make a ton of money at the box office.
Well, it already beat Marvel's Thursday night premiere record.
There we go.
What they said at $27.7 million. So it took out Marvel on that end. And that's one of those things. I mean, it's that is the one thing I do like is that DC is rolling out the big guns first.
Yeah.
They're rolling out Batman and Superman. They're the big guns. They, Iron Man before that movie was shot,
was a third-rate character.
One cared.
Yeah.
He was at best a tertiary character. And they had to start with Iron Man because they had to sell off all their rights to keep going bankrupt in the late 80s, early 90s. That's why there's no X-Men with the Avengers. That's why there's no. That's why they're just now getting around to making a Spider-Man actual movie, an actual Marvel movie, and that's why Underoos is going to be hanging out with the crew in Civil War here in a few weeks.
Yes.
So all in all, I mean, I think we both give it a hearty 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Siskel and
definitely.
Ebert style. I'd definitely watch it again.
Absolutely.
It's not something that I'm like I said, it ain't Batman and Robin, folks. There's no nipples on the bat suit. I mean, the bat suit looked awesome.
I love the bat suit.
Can I throw that out there?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's got a. So what I did love about it is it's not a Dark Knight suit. It's not so uniform and symmetrical. It's got honestly, it looks like a handcrafted personification of a Frank Miller drawing.
Almost, yeah.
You can almost see the brush strokes.
It's like a fiber. It's almost like a Kevlar fiber weave.
It looks like fiberglass. Yeah,
bulletproofing in key
you
areas.
You gotta see it. Yeah, it's well done.
The suit. It was the best. It was the most accurate representation of a Batman suit on the big screen.
Yeah,
as of yet.
And there's so many little tidbits. And I can't say what they are because we don't want to spoil anything. But
we really, really, really want to do the spoiler episode.
We will come back in a week after everyone's had a chance to watch it, and we're going to blow it apart. But watch for things in the Bat Lair. There's some really cool things that'll make you sad. There's some really cool things that'll make you just see how far Batman has progressed. Yeah. The movie as a whole is really good. I will tell you this: make sure you pee beforehand. It's
long,
like almost 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Yeah. So,
but even on that same token, beforehand. I asked you this on the truck on the way back. In that 2 hours and 40 minutes, at any point were you bored?
No.
So there you go.
The only part was the credits started, and I was ready to sit through them, waiting for a Marvel-esque
post-credit scene. Like that's the norm on superhero movies now, but it looks like DC's not going to be doing that.
And they're like,
it looks like there will be no post-credit scenes because there wasn't one on this one.
But it's okay because the movie was already 2 hours and 30 minutes.
And I'm honestly really interested to see what's in the director's cut that they cut out because they cut out like 30 or 40 minutes in the director's cut. Yeah. And you know what? It's funny because we were talking about. Well, I guess I can't really say this because it's almost a spoiler. We were talking about lengths of movies and actors that have been in really long movies. But I can't really talk about that. Y'all are probably going to figure this out from what I just said anyway. But it was, let's just say it was ironic that we had just been having that conversation. So
check it out.
Check it out.
Go see it.
4 Geeks Up. We'll go that route. So we're gonna let y'all go for the night. Check us out on Facebook. Facebook.com/Geek.0. Check us out at Geek.0.com. We're also on Twitter and Instagram, all Geek.0.
At Geek.0.
So appreciate you guys for sticking with us and check it out. And go see Batman v Superman. It was good.
It's good.
We loved it. Have a great night, guys.